Hey everybody, what's going on? I'm Geno Reynolds and this is WAD Presents The Real Geno. Today we are going to be making a return to the dark world of The Further as we take a look at Insidious, The Red Door. So, let's do this.
My brain just been foggy the past few years.
All I ever wanted was to be a good dad.
Dalton.
Did you ever try and get help?
I'm just trying to push through.
About 10 years after the events of Insidious Chapter 2, the Lambert family is split up. After having their minds wiped, father and son Josh and Dalton Lambert have both struggled with life as of late. Both are starting to see visions from the past that they were supposed to forget. The red-faced demon is coming back for the Lambert family for one final confrontation. When it comes to the Insidious franchise, they have been pretty hit and miss with me. While the first two were pretty good, I wasn't a huge fan of the prequels parts 3 and 4. Granted, those movies both had Lin Shaye in them, and she's awesome, so at least there was that. I will say that I was happy that we are finally getting to see the story of the Lambert family conclude, albeit a lot later than I thought it should. After watching this movie and enjoying it as I did, I guess I can say better late than never. While the focus of the story is again on the Lambert family, for the most part it's really only focused on two characters, the father and son astral projectionists Josh and Dalton. For the last couple of years, Josh has been in a bit of a fog. This has led to his divorce from his wife Renee. Before you say, that's pretty cold for her to divorce him given that it's not his fault that he has these powers and his memories were wiped, hold off. I thought the same thing, but she actually has decent reasons for doing what she did. I think a lot of parents, good parents anyway, might do the same thing in her position. Josh and his kids, especially Dalton, have been very distant towards each other. Dalton is now going off to college to study art, which leads him to start seeing visions of the Further. These events lead him and his father down the path to once again face the evil that is contained there. Patrick Wilson returns not only to star in this movie, but he also makes his directorial debut as well. Just like with the Conjuring movies, Wilson comes back and fits into the character of Josh Lambert like a glove. In a lot of ways, I like his character in this movie more than I like him in the Conjuring movies. I think he gets to show a lot more range with this character. Ty Simpkins also returns to play Dalton Lambert. On a side note, most of the original cast comes back for this. Just like Wilson, Lambert does a really great job coming back to a role that he hasn't played in about 10 years. Plus, he has to play the grown-up version of a character that in a lot of ways is damaged. He has no issues in showing the emotions that it took to play the grown-up version of Dalton. He's been the best part of this franchise since the beginning, which is a pretty high praise given that a lot of the cast has been really good, even in the not-so-good episodes of the franchise. But that's not what we're here to talk about, is it? You all want to know, is it scary, right? The answer is yes, for the most part. Now, I'm not going to tell you that this is the scariest movie I've ever seen or anything like that, but I do have to say that the frights in this installment are pretty effective. The sounds, visuals, and yes, even the jump scares all keep you pretty on edge throughout the entire movie. If you thought the other installments of this franchise were good in this department, you'll probably think that they're good here too. I can say that I am surprised what they can get away with this being a PG-13 movie and all. Now, does this installment reinvent the horror wheel or anything like that? Well, no. But the story, especially being the last installment, maybe, is a pretty good final chapter to an already interesting horror tale. For what it was, I really enjoyed this movie. While I won't say that you need to rush to the theater to see it, if you are out and looking for a good scary movie, I don't think you'll be disappointed by this one. I will say, before going to see it, you really do need to brush up on the Insidious lore. Like me, if you didn't have time to watch all 4 of the other movies, there are videos on YouTube that will get you caught up on everything that you need to know going into this one. In the end, this story is about a father and son that share the same gift and have to put an end to an evil force trying to get into our world. For me, that's a pretty entertaining horror movie. If you want to see Insidious: The Red Door, you can check it out in theaters right now. Make sure to follow me at WADTV.com as well as subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Real Geno. You can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, also at The Real Geno. That's going to be it for this edition of WAD Presents The Real Geno. As always, I am your host, The Real Geno, Geno Reynolds. Until next time, I could use a bit of a nap.